Good afternoon, good morning, good evening from wherever in the world you join us on this glorious afternoon in the southeast of England. You join us live here today from Brands Hatch in the southeast of England on a glorious sunny day for the round 4 of Formula 5000. And the second time actually visiting Brands Hatch, we're using the shorter Indy layout here. So I will actually just bring up the information for today's race. Brands Hatch Circuit is located in Kent, England, just towards southeast near the sea. The length of the track, which we are using the Indy layout, is 1.24 miles or almost 2 kilometers in a telephone-shaped 6-turn clockwise track. Race length today will be 60 laps or 79 miles. And as you should hopefully be able to see on your screen, the track map we are using. Also joining us in the booth today is our current championship leader and two-time race winner Pascal McCuller.
Oh, good afternoon. I hope there's no background noise. Good afternoon. Welcome to Brands Hatch. Hi, Jessica. What do you think? We currently are in qualifying. There are 7 minutes in qualifying left, and I may just be rubbing my own knob here, but it's pretty close at the front, isn't it?
As we just noticed, bin for Korev there, managing to keep out of the barriers, resetting the pits, but it's certainly a close one for pole position. It's quite a base 69 thousandths of a second, separating Pascal McCuller from Coletta. We just watched a replay of Korev's spin, just losing it at Paddock Hill Bend. Then it's not too far to Thomas McHugh, who is in P3, only 3 thousandths behind Coletta.
Only a tenth behind the pole, yes. If we can get a onboard... Oh, we're actually currently riding with Eddie's Bottas, who has come here last minute. He actually managed to get home in time. I think he's on his way to a hot lap, so Jessica, if you want to talk us through a lap of Brands Hatch, we can go on board with Eddie's Bottas as he crosses the start-finish line.
Time of car finish line now, uphill braking zone, and then quickly turning into a downhill with Paddock Hill Bend. Car just kicking out slightly there, but he manages to keep it coming into turn 2 now. I've forgotten corner names, which I will remember.
That's Druid's Hairpin.
Druid's Hairpin now, getting on with power nice and early, having to feather for throttle here, because wide rear tyres, high torque, and 500 horsepower engines create a recipe for wheel spin. He's got a lapped car of Matt Sibignoni, who it forces him to make a mistake, and he goes wide. Matt's hot lap abandoned.
That's too bad.
The slow car of Matt Sibignoni kind of took the apex away from him there. Not sure how Batar will feel about that, as McHugh almost goes off the track, manages to keep it on, now rounding the final 2 corners as we still riding with him. Either he's about to start a lap or is about to finish a lap. As across the line now.
That's a lap time of 48.285. So he's currently not improving.
Not improving, but he is going for another lap here down Paddock Hill Bend, now into the slightly uphill braking zone. Slight lock up there on the left front into Druids, picking up the power nice and early. Just being careful to control the slight wheel spin there. Keeping it tidy, slight off track moment, a big off track moment. Managing to actually keep it on the track.
Quick left-right into the
left-right chicane. This is where the track differs from the Grand Prix section, as he's now going through the final corner now, and is he into the pit? No, he's Picking up the throttle on the run to the line. It's going to be a...
That final lap was a 48.6, so it might actually be that Thomas has more or less given up on qualifying. He's probably just practicing the race. I mean, he's put 62 laps in already during qualifying alone. The race is only 60 laps in distance. I think Thomas is really gearing up for a strong, very strong attack here at Brands Hatch.
Yeah, potentially, but he did actually make a huge mistake in his last lap, so it could just be mistakes letting him down.
Probably, yes.
As he is taking aggressive lines. And I believe qualifying is over here, and the checker flag will drop this time by as
still 3 minutes to go. 3 minutes to go.
3 minutes to go, and Q, I do believe, is still... He's still going, but this one that could be an attacking lap now up into the uphill braking zone.
He's constantly about half a second off of his best time. I believe he is doing a long run. So
yeah, potentially here.
At the same time, look at that. Stefano Coletta, actually, I didn't expect him to be up to speed at all, but he is only, as you said, those very based, nice 69 thousandths of a second behind the pole position currently. Well, what can you say? This is a short track, a very short track. I think this is the shortest track we will run on in the F5000 European
as
season.
Thomas McHugh comes to a stop here.
Yep,
will he put low fuel in as we see Coletta kind of just kicking the back end out here for a drift? He'll be in the hunt for pole position for sure. I think he's seeing how close he is. He's really going to attack and try and get now as he's coming through the final section now.
Oh, looking at the track.
Rounding the final turn.
Okay, that's Stefano Coletta. Let's having
the throttle as Thomas McHugh is coming back on track. He could be going for a qualifying lap here. Be interested to see what he does as Coletta going through Paddock Hill Bend slightly wide, but picking up the exit nicely. Uphill braking.
We got 2 minutes left, so
down to
2 minutes. 2 minutes, so Thomas has
at least 3 laps. 3 to 2 laps left.
The thing is, he needs to warm. He needs to put the heat into his tires. So
it's such a short track, so it's going to take at least
it's going to take at least that. Yeah. So
he's going to have one run at the end here.
Yes, indeed. So and that's also one thing. We have some new stuff, some new procedures today for the race. The most important one being the reconnaissance laps. Jessica, I can explain that if you want me to. That's
Eddie Patel goes to pole position with a 47.5. Sorry to cut you off here as Coletta goes into Paddock Hill Bend, but Eddie Patel with a mega lap.
What did he say? He didn't practice? He didn't practice? I call battleship on that. What
a lap!
Oh my god!
What a lap there by Eddie Spatar. Only a late entry here, but straight away,
literally last minute.
Speed.
Literally last minute. He joined as the qualifying was already underway. Oh, okay. This is the unpredictability of the top class of F5000.
Are we going to have another debut winner here? As Thomas McHugh's also just coming around the track now.
Qualifying will be over in 10-15 seconds.
As Thomas McHugh will... No, he will not! He will not be able to get his lap done. He gets on the grass slightly and gets loose.
No, he's over the line. He's over the line. 5 seconds. I think... Yeah, he is still on a lap, but I don't think he's going to make it the lap.
I don't think he'll improve. He went wide, breaking down now into Druids.
That's the end of the session. Eddie Bottas is still on a lap. Thomas McHugh is on a lap. German Korolev is on a lap. No, he's just abandoned it. Eddie Bottas is abandoning his lap.
But it did look like he made a mistake, and there we go. Is he abandoning his lap? I can't see him.
Thomas is still going. Thomas is still going.
Still going, but it's all messy. He's getting all crossed up here.
Okay, 1 second. Going to the final corner for a final time. Puts the foot on the floor.
Fighting the wheel still. Getting as close as grass as
that is
possible.
not an improvement.
It's not an improvement, and he continues to start P4.
Oh, here he goes, and he's dead.
That's a huge crash, and I
But you know what?
believe we're gonna have to pick up an arm or two.
Why do people leave the session already? They're gonna start from the back.
Game crash, maybe.
No, I don't know. I will need to check. But okay, you know what?
Eddie's the car out of nowhere claiming pole position. When
Wow.
Pascal Makula 2 tenths behind, and Farnik Lettier top 3.
So we have minimal technical issues. There we go. Just gonna restart. Yeah. The camera is now running, by the way.
I know.
No, Steve Velocity Steve Velocity has just reported his game crashed out of nowhere, so that's going on.
And during this little break, I will just have a quick break myself.
Okay. So while Jessica's gone, I will take over the duties real quick. Yes, we will. I can first off go through the procedure of reconnaissance laps. So we will do the standings during the warm up. Yes, reconnaissance laps. How does it work? It's basically a warm up session, but directly before the race. People are the pits open 10 minutes beforehand, and drivers can go out on the track, warm up their car and everything they want to do. And at the end of the procedure, we all line up on the grid, and then we go on the normal formation lap. That's basically how it works. It's really, really easy, but I will have to take a break from talking as well, because I will have to do a short briefing with the drivers themselves. So just enjoy this quick bit of silence.
And welcome back here to our live coverage of the Formula 5000 Championship. As you just heard a few minutes ago, Pascal Makula, who lines up second here today, just giving an explanation of the reconnaissance lap procedure. And whilst he's off giving that briefing, we will actually take a look as well at the championship standings going into round 4 here. It's Pascal Makula who, with 24 points, a double winner, or only double winner of the season so far, take in leading the standings. Behind him is Wilmer Johnson, 9 points, who was a debutant winner, but not featuring here today. Tied on points with Gustavo Lasporo, who I haven't seen on the grid, as well as German Korev. So
both drivers, Korev and Gustavo Lasporo, are actually on racing today.
Oh, I am blind.
Don't worry.
So that's going to be interesting for Korev and Lasporo to see who will actually get more points today. Behind them is our third place driver, Stefano Coletta, on 6 points. He's been just hanging there. Hopefully, trying to find someone to take the fight to Pascal, who seems to be running away with the championship. Behind them is Marcel Jahoda on 4 points, tied also with Joe Gillett, and I haven't seen a lot of them feature here today, and I'm just checking. None of them feature here today, which is slightly disappointing, but That allows your pole sitter, Eddie Spatar, who's coming on 3 points, to take advantage of that and see if he can convert that pole into a victory. Another no-show today is Damir Kwatko, who is on 3 points. Not sure why he's not showing. He could just be a tad bit bored, maybe. Languishing down ninth, probably not having good races. Matt Sibignoni behind is on 2 points, in 10th place overall. Just quiet landing at the back. So not really much to report there. Then I go to our 4th place driver, Thomas McHugh, on 1 point. He's looking really racy here, so I do believe he will improve on that singular point that he's got on the championships so far. And behind him, also on 1 point, is Halil Sahun, who I do believe has withdrawn from the championship, unfortunately. So he's just going to keep that 1 point for the entire season.
Okay, so I've now finished with the driver's briefing. The long and short of it is we're going to the race session now. Exactly, and everyone is in the pits. Everyone can now do their laps, their reconnaissance laps, to warm up tires, to warm up their fuel, and I think one engine is already running. I will notify the drivers when the pits are open.
As you can, as Pascal said,
everyone's already
firing into live. Thomas McHugh's actually just exited his garage. So has Matt Sibignoni. Matt Sibignoni only just crawling down the pit lane. He looks to be the first on track, as there goes Thomas McHugh next.
Okay, let's see. And as I said as well, you can do as many reconnaissance laps as you want. However, you must go through the pit lane.
Oh.
Every time. The thing is, there may be some cars who are already lined up on the grid, and you don't want to go around there at full speed and then suddenly have a car on the grid there.
Oh yeah.
So you have to go through the pit lane.
Valve coordinates are similar to what we saw in free practice 1 yesterday in Formula E. That was a scary incident.
I didn't watch it, but I think I read some stuff. Yeah.
Yes, basically corrective starts were happening, and I believe Oliver Turvey just didn't know or didn't see it and just went plowing into the back of some cars.
Yikes! That's all I'm gonna say about that.
Yeah, luckily everyone was okay, but that was scary stuff.
Anyway,
Oh, some people not doing the going through the pit lane, as there is one car stopping on the pit lane. We're just following our pole sitter here, Eddie Spatar, just going through Paddock Hill Bend for the second time. This time at almost full racing speed, being careful not to take too much life out of those tires. Now we'll go through suspected strategies on the formation lap, so we'll have to keep an eye on that, because that could actually be a factor this race. As we can see, there are 3 drivers still in the pits. There's Pascal Mikula, Stefano Coletta, and 2 people in the pits now. Only Stefano Coletta and Pascal Mikula, as cars are lining up onto the grid, as Jehoda goes flying through the pit lane. Everyone's just going flying through the pit lane here. Drivers not going through the pit lane like they were, I believe, instructed to.
Well, what I can see is that there's German Korolev and Steve Velocity. They are on the grid. They're already lined up. I think they're ready to go. At least Steve Velocity, he's standing on the grid, so he's fine. The thing is, you can do as many laps as you want, but if you decide to line up on the grid, then just line up on the grid. So in that case, if you line up on the grid, you have priority on track over those that do reconnaissance laps, because you are there, you are already ready to go. The others have to go through the pit lane.
Yeah,
so
but
speaking of which, I'm gonna go ahead and turn. Yeah.
turn on your engine and exit the garage. Maybe.
Yes. I just had to answer a question from Eddie's. Oh, I just heard a crash. Oh, that's.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
that's
no, it's
Gustavos
in the pit
Borough.
lane. There's a
Wait,
crash.
he got hit. He got hit by someone, I
Oh, man,
think.
crashing already in the
Oh.
pit lane. This is
Well,
my
there's. It's very fortunate that we're in the
pits.
reconnaissance laps, so they can escape back to the pits, get the car repaired, and just head out again.
Just hop into the backup car.
Basically, you can basically.
Oh, that was just
Fortunately, this is a game, or I would still like to call it a simulator. So you have as many backup cars as you want. Anyway, I'm gonna head out as well. Jessica, I'm gonna give over the commentator's microphone to you. Best of luck. Pretty sure you'll do great, and I'll talk to you later.
yeah. Best of luck to you.
Thank you.
The last thing I was just left us to do is very, very important driving duties. Starting from the P2 alongside Eddie Spatar here as we look and see someone going off track there. Not quite sure who it is. It was Steve Velocity just having a minor grass cutting session. It's ever so minor grass cutting session. Everyone's still doing some more reconnaissance laps. Just got to warm up the tyres still. There's some lockups there.
I don't like. I do not. Sorry. I do not like the fact Marcel Jehoda is going. Anyway.
How long is actually left till the pit?
There's still 4 minutes and 20 seconds. Nice. Until the pits are closed.
Ah, so it's still a while. Still a while. Oh, there's a spinner. Thomas McHugh is about 90 degrees out on the front straight. That's going to ruin his tire warming plans, as he's going to have to get a brand new set there.
So let's see. Most are still in the pits. I don't know if anyone's already lined up on the grid, but
yeah, there's still people. There were people lined up on the grid. Yeah, the velocity there you can see as we're on.
and Owen Potter as well. So that's that.
Yes, there are people lined up on the grid here.
Yeah, Owen Potter and Steve Velocity. So they're ready to go. There are still 2 minutes and 40 seconds left. So drivers still have about 2.5 minutes now to warm up their tires and everything. So, Lucas Gomez is stationary there, so that was a bit dangerous.
A bit sketchy, bit scary, but hey ho, you still get multiple chances if you.
Still, everything's going smoothly as far as I can tell. I mean, smoothly as far as I can expect. So that just also goes to show that, the driving standards actually have improved in the past with the drivers here. So I'm very happy to see that. Genuinely, I have to give a big compliment the drivers currently on the grid today because they really know how to do this stuff.
Woo! Gonna give a big clap to them. So I'm just gonna put my dinner in the microwave so I can commentate and eat at the same time because I have a feeling after this race I am going to be famished.
This is gonna be exciting, I can already tell. As I said, we have a 1.2 mile, barely 1.2 mile circuit, and even though we only have 11 cars, we're all almost at the same pace, so...
1.24, exactly, 2 kilometers.
Yes.
Pretty much exactly 2 kilometers, there's 5 meters more, and the track would be exactly 2 kilometers more. 2 kilometers in length.
Exactly, and as I said, this is gonna be...
Interesting.
Quite exciting, so let's just do this real quick. I'm just gonna line up on the grid, and then 53 seconds to go until the pits are closed. Eddie's Bottas actually drove over the start-finish line, so they didn't take the pits, so that's gonna be looked at after the race.
So I just turned to, I believe I think at least Batar just going slightly wide out Druids. I will actually pull up corner names because that is something that is going to elude me.
Indeed, so the pits are now closed.
And we now have a closed pit lane, so if you wreck, you will be getting a pit lane start here. Which... definitely.
So everyone now has 2 minutes to get back on the grid.
And they are coming to the grid now. Just
yes, Thomas McHugh is now lined up. I can see German Koroev. Everyone's very slow, and that's good.
Down.
Slow and steady wins the game. There's Eddie's Bottas.
Bottas going to now take his pole position.
The only person still missing is Matt Cipagnoni, but he's coming around.
Pascal Makula and Stefano Coletta seem to be in the wrong place.
No, we're in the right place. I don't know why Stefano is ahead of me, but
that means you're not in the right place.
That will be sorted out. Don't worry. Anyway, Matt is now coming to take his grid place. 1 minute left until the start
of the formation lap.
My heart is pumping.
Yeah, don't worry about what you see. Stefano Coletta had a Pascal Makula. That will hopefully be sorted out before the green flag drops, as it will tell you where to line up.
The game is pretty smart in a sense. It just lines up everyone automatically when the formation lap starts.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that happened. That happened at the Gold Star race at the Nürburgring as well. Someone was out of line and
it just lined them up.
Yeah.
As they are actually lining up on what is called the Brabham Straight. That is where the start-finish straight is. And it will be a short run down into Paddock Hill Bend. And then you're going down the hill, which is called the Howard Hill, to Druids Bend, which is that hairpin we see at the bottom of the hill there.
And now we get the famous words. Gentlemen, start your engine. Eddie's Bottas leads the way. Let's go.
The formation lap is underway here for the Formula 5000 race here at Brands Hatch. And I'm sorry.
Careful.
As you can see him going now down Paddock Hill Bend. Now, as I said, there is a strategy to be discussed for this race. High torque, high horsepower engines, and a lot of slow corners.
Run through the grid if you like.
Oh yeah, sorry, I'll run through the grid first. It's Eddie's Bottas starting on pole, followed by Pascal Makula alongside him. Next is Stefano Coletta and Thomas McHugh line up third and fourth respectively. Then it is Lucas Gomez and Steve Velocity in P6 and 7. It'll be interesting to see how they do. Marcel Jahot and Gustavo Losboro P8, P9. Not a good qualifying they were hoping for. And Owen Potter and Matt Matt Simeone. Simeone starting last after a poor qualifying here. So we're interested to see what he can do. Let's see if he can make his way up through the field now. Strategy, it could be a potential one-stop due to the nature of the track and the high horsepower and high torque of these cars. As they are now lining up, getting those last-minute tyre preparations in. Hopefully warming everything up as we look to be good for the start of the race.
We got starters orders. Watch the lights.
The lights will be coming on momentarily here, and it's lights out, and away we go. Eddie Spatard gets a good start, but Pascal Makula gets an absolutely amazing start going round the outside now, going into Paddock Hill Bend. As Eddie Spatard gets a bit of a tail-happy swing, and Pascal Makula just shooting off straight into the lead there. As they now go down into Druids Bend, it's now Pascal Makula from Thomas McHugh from Stefano Coletta, and Matt Simeone with an excellent start up into P6, looking to see if he can potentially go around the outside of German Krev, a bit too far back though, behind him.
I hope everyone remembers we have 60 laps to go, Eddie, sorry.
As Eddie Spatard goes wide.
I hope everyone knows it's 60 laps, not just one.
Eddie Spatard dropping now down to P4, Stefano Coletta now looking to be on the back of Thomas McHugh, going down the inside as Coletta goes wide and onto the grass. He gets a loose moment there. Bringing down into Paddock Hill Bend, that could allow Eddie Spatard to have a look. As Steve Velocity is our first confirmed retirement. He is in the garage.
How did that happen?
That's unfortunate for him. Oh, is there someone in the wall? Oh, he just hit the wall. He coming out of McLaren into clearways, just car got onto the grass and just shot him straight into the tyre barrier.
Oh, that's really a bummer. That's really a bummer for Steve because he practiced a lot for this race as well.
Yes. Now Gustavo Espo looking to potentially go onto the back of Simeone. Simeone touched from the grass there slightly. Is he going to be another victim of the grass? Almost getting into the wall, but still, and loses 2 positions there. Espo and Owen Potter are through and back, getting Simeone now down to P8. As also, can't see who that is behind. I think that's Marcel Jehoda also having a look at Simeone down the inside at Paddock Hill Bend. On the exit, and oh, there's a crash! There's a crash, and I can't see who got sent round. That was Gustavo Espo again, sent round and into the wall. He managed to keep it going and is turning around. Not sure what the damage is. Looks to be heavy as he is smoking. He may have a puncture here. As Gustavo Espo hits the wall, yeah, he's got a right rear puncher. Right rear puncher for Gustavo Espo, and he is slow.
As long as he gets back to the pits, he can change those tires, so he's not out of the race by any means.
Oh, he just got on the grass. Just got on the grass, and I think a little help from Simeone behind. It looks to me like there may have been a little tap. Yep, oh, yeah, there was a Simeone was involved in getting him the final nail in the coffin to go round. As we're going to have to cut back to live pictures here. Lespo is going to make it back into the pit. And does so. As Lespo making a pit stop here today, he may go 1 lap down here. As it's Pascal Makula in the lead from Thomas McHugh, from Stefano Coletta, from Eddie Spatard, who is on the back of Coletta here, and Coletta is on the back of McHugh, all tight up at the front, so it could go either way here. As Gustavo Espo now goes 1 lap down, having to pit to change tyres and get any repairs that potentially may have been caused by his crash up the exit of Paddock Hill Bend as they go down Druids, and Spatard's wide. He can't quite get the drive that he wanted out of the corner. That allows Stefano Coletta to kind of jump forward a bit. Gap Spatard a little, but Spatard will be closing. He looks quite confident in his ability. And yeah, just look at that. As Coletta looks to almost going, trying to have a look around Thomas McHugh. He's still way too far back, but he's just given a little cheeky look around the outside. As back into the uphill braking zone, is braking late, and on to the grass, almost goes Coletta. That could have sent him straight into a wall if he wasn't careful. That allows Eddie Spatard to dive down the inside of Druids. Almost contact there between the two, but it keeps...
Matt Simeoni's in the pits too.
Clean as Simeoni in the pits. It'll be interesting to see what happened there. Was still side by side, Coletta, Spatard, Coletta still hanging on to that third position as Thomas McHugh. It's all over the back of Pascal Makula here. We're looking at a pass for the lead and the pass for third, as there looks to be a lock up there from Makula that will allow Thomas McHugh to go down the inside here. And Thomas McHugh is through into the lead. Pascal Makula relegated down to second place. Will he have a look into Paddock Hill? Bend, yes! Oh, almost contact there. I'm breaking down into Druids now. This is an interesting race. Already in one lap, what? Lap 7 here? Or lap 6 out of 60? And Eddie Spatard still not finding a way around Coletta, and Coletta might actually try and look for a way around Pascal Makula here. Be interested to see what conditions everyone's tyres are in. Will they have to make that dreaded 20-second pit stop? As Lesporo is still our only retirement of the day. Not Lesporo, sorry, Velocity. Steve Velocity still our only confirmed retirement. Lesporo and Simeoni now out the pits. As onto the grass goes Pascal Makula. Is he going? He touches the wall. He touches the wall. Pascal Makula going wide at Paddock Hill Bend. Again onto the grass and sending him straight into the wall. He's lost many positions there. It's relegated now down to 5th as he's going to have to try and overtake German Karev if damage isn't too bad to his car. He did touch the wall slightly. And it's now Thomas McHugh from Stefano Coletta from Eddie Spatard, your top 3. As that battle for what was P3 is now turning into a battle for P2, actually. On the regard slightly there for Spatard, again, the back end almost out of sorts. He's going to have to be careful because sliding like that means the tyres will not hang on. And Pascal Makula doesn't think, if there is any damage, doesn't think it's warranting a pit stop just yet. As it's McHugh, Coletta, Spatard. Pretty much even gaps from everyone there. And it's German Karev not too far behind, only about a second back actually.
Well, I can tell you, there's a little report here. I can tell you the Lola T192, the number 7 that was in the wall, that's yours truly, is missing the front wing. So there's damage. It's not significant, but it's impacting the handling a bit.
Oh, there, and yeah, missing a front wing there. You heard it from Makula himself, who expertly is driving and talking at the same time.
Sideways moment.
Task. He has lost his front wing, so he's going to be losing aero here and will be dropping back, I think, from the guys in front unless he pits for repairs. As Thomas McHugh isn't checking out, he's still keeping a gap around 1.1 seconds. I am just going to have to go for about 20 seconds, and hopefully you can turn it up and listen to this as we stay on board with Eddie Spatard here, chasing Stefano Coletta in P2. And welcome back as we join you now with a battle for the lead. Stefano Coletta versus Thomas McHugh. Eddie Spitar waiting in the background for any potential contact as you saw as we were on board with Coletta. The flight looks to the inside as Thomas McHugh is starting to feel the pressure from raging Stefano behind. Meanwhile, the previous race leader, Pascal Makula, is in the pits now. He's going to have to repair that front wing damage that he sustained, obviously thinking it is affecting his performance too much and is more of a liability staying out than to get replaced. As Coletta's actually dropped back now, maybe he's burned up his tyres as Eddie Spitar getting a wide slide there. Gonna have to see if he can get away round Stefano Coletta right up his gearbox now. Right up his gearbox and rear wing. As I go down the Brabham straight now. Lap 13, I believe, out of 60. Sorry, lap 14. Lap 14 out of 60 now, we've just started. Well, not even a quarter of the way through this race, and it's been action galore. As Coletta seems to have gapped the tar slightly, and looks to be mounting another charge onto Thomas McHugh if he can get close enough. McHugh will know he's there. He's just got to keep it cool, calm, and collected. As under the braking zone, back onto a Brandon straight. Coletta is closer this time. Running almost out to the grass there. Now breaking down into Paddock Hill Bend. Who breaks later? They both break at the same time. Coletta trying to take a bit of a shorter line and gets really up close to the back of McHugh there into Druids. I think a move is on the cards soon. And it looks potentially, from what's going on right now, contact may just happen here. This could turn very heated, very feisty, very quickly. As the top three are still less than a second apart from each other. As McHugh slightly slow there through clearways and Clark Curve, but does have the run on the straights to pull away from Coletta. And breaking down, Claire breaking it later. McHugh taking a bit of a better apex, but a good exit there by Claire. And he thinks about going down the inside. McHugh blocks it off quite expertly there. Not taking the conventional racing line. Coletta slightly onto the grass. Now down onto past Graham Hill Bend onto the Cooper Straight, going through 13s and McLaren just about now. Thomas McHugh still with the lead of this race. As Batar's off! What happened to Andy Batar? He like had a wide moment on the grass. Did he get one of his famous slides? Because we're just looking at the replay now on board with him. Goes for a dive and just doesn't get turned in and catches the grass there and going, just cutting Surtees and McLaren. Losing a lot of time to Coletta and McHugh in front. This is now a two-horse race for the lead as McHugh slightly wide, missing the apex slightly in Druids. That may give Coletta an opportunity going into Graham Hill Bend, still too far back. I think the grunt of McHugh's engine just about keeping him ahead here. As it's still only one retirement. It's been relatively clean in terms of retirements here. Speed velocity only DNF. Only recorded DNF as Pascal Makula gets overtaken by Lucas Gomez. No, what happened there? Oh, does Pascal Makula get a half spin? Oh, Pascal gets a half spin. Manages to keep it going. That's why he's all the way down in P9, it looks like. There's Lucas Gomez. I think it was going onto a grass rail almost to avoid him. Surprised he didn't end up into a wall. As we're still looking at the battle for the lead. Thomas McHugh versus Coletta. Coletta a lot closer this time. Practically sniffed the opportunity as he looks to go round the outside. Oh no, he's not there. He didn't get a good exit, and that allows McHugh to blast away down the Birmingham straight. Yet again, gun of the engine, keeping him ahead here. As Lucas Gomez is into pits and out. Lucas Gomez becomes our second retirement, and he, sorry, looking at a replay there, see if we can get another angle of it. Just has a huge crash. Just not sure what happened. See if we can get another angle. It looks like he just got a tie onto the grass. Yeah, just gets a tie.
Oh, big crash, big crash. What is Matt doing?
Oh, there's reports of a huge crash trying to cut away from here, and there's Makula and Matt.
What is he doing?
Simeone, as you can hear the team radio there from Pascal Makula. Contact there, and there's heavy damage. Heavy damages. Here comes German Korev through. And there's heavy damage to Pascal Makula's car, a left rear puncher. Left rear puncher from Pascal Makula's car, and Simeone also has damage, and they are pitting this time. And oh my goodness me, what happened here?
I can tell you what happened. I was slowing down for the left-right flick, and Matt just drove into me.
Matt just drove. As we're looking here, Matt just misses the braking zone, and oh my goodness me, that's up and over for Pascal Makula. How on earth is he still in the race?
I wonder that as well, because I flipped.
Well, it's a lot of damage there to both cars. It's Matt Simeone just vaulting over Pascal Makula, and Pascal Makula actually being sent into a roll there. To put the term do a barrel roll lightly, he definitely did a barrel roll. That's one front runner actually taken out. That's going to be a long repair. It looked to be heavy right rear damage. Or rear left damage, as we're looking at Coletta versus McHugh now. Coming up to lap traffic, so traffic doomed to be a factor on this very short track. On lap 21 here now, 60. Over a quarter of the way through this race. Claire still looking for a way past Thomas McHugh.
Owen Potter is in the pits. 6th place Owen Potter in the pits.
6th place, let's see if anything happens to him. Let's just see if we can get an onboard view of Potter in the pits. As Dumley outside into Paddock Hill Bend. Stefano Coletta gets moved on and through to the lead of the race is Stefano Coletta. And Thomas McHugh is behind. I believe traffic may have had a feature to do with that, it'll be nice to see a replay of the overtake going into Paddock Hill Bend, and almost behind was their contact. So it's just, well, it was alongside them, just both even on the race, but Claire could just get the better X out of Paddock Hill Bend, get the power down earlier. Thomas McHugh still hasn't given up. And is he back through? Actually, no, sorry. This is Batar versus McHugh. Matt Simeone almost swiping then, taking out our second place drivers. Batar's on the grass. And can he keep it out the wall? Yes. Good job there, keeping it out the wall as we now like to go on board with our race leader for yet another break. Just turn up and listen to the sound of Stefano Coletta blasting his way around Brands Hatch here.
Oh, and that's Owen Potter retired. No idea why, but I saw a front wing on the front straight, so he must have lost that. Maybe the damage was simply just too much, but sad ending to Owen Potter's CMH debut in the Brands Hatch F5000 race. He is sadly the third retirement in this race.
And as I return, you do hear the sad news that Owen Potter has retired from this race. It looked to be a crash on the Brabham straight there, the start-finish line. I didn't quite get to see the replay, unfortunately, as Stefano Coletta is actually managing to gap field quite nicely here, as McHugh doesn't seem to be under much pressure from Eddie Spatar behind, as Pascal Makula still down in P8. Now I believe 2 laps down from the race leaders.
Actually 4 laps, but yeah.
4 laps down from the race leaders after a heavy crash.
Due to 2 long pit stops. One of which is, I'm not very happy about, but, I got time for that one after the race.
As you can hear there, Pascal still grumbling about what could have been. He had an excellent race start and was leading quite comfortably. And then once Thomas McHugh passed him, it kind of just fell apart for him. The mistake at turn 1 and then a huge crash involving Matt Simeone. Should have taken him out of the race, but somehow the car survived and he's now 4 laps down.
Yeah, that's one thing. Like, these cars are very double-sided. They will lose. You will lose your front wing with the lightest touch of the wall, but get flipped over, do a barrel roll. You're fine. Just keep going.
Yeah, we've definitely seen that here today from Pascal Makula. He'd have both ends of the spectrum. As a bit wide there goes Eddie Spatar. Under a second away from Thomas McHugh now. Is McHugh starting to struggle on his tyres maybe? And will anyone actually take a trip down pit lane to change him? That could change the complexity of this race. As down to Druids, a lockup. Lockup there from McHugh. Looks to be a double tyre lockup, and Eddie Spatar almost went to the back of him there, as we are just over half distance, halfway through this race now. Stefano Coletta leading by 4.3 seconds from Thomas McHugh and Eddie Spatar. This fight for second could go on right until the checkered flag at the moment. Still.
There might actually be a battle for a final points paying position as well. Even though it doesn't look like it. Tooting my own horn again, I'm 7th. 20 seconds behind Gustavo Losburro. But 5 laps ago, I was 36 seconds behind.
Gustavo Losburro have a problem here because he is dropping time.
I think that's just the disadvantage of driving the Crossler. I mean, that Crossler 15F, that thing's still from the old F Formula A era of 3.5 liter engines. That thing's weak, but Gustavo is doing some magical stuff with it. He's second in the points currently. He's currently second in the point standings with arguably the worst car on the field.
Magic happening. Definitely there by Gustavo Losburro. He must be challenging his inner witch, his inner wizardry. As Eddie Spatar is all over back at Thomas McHugh now. earlier ago I said he wasn't under pressure, but he certainly is now. As Eddie Spatars now starting to fight and try and find a way past Thomas McHugh, and Thomas McHugh slightly wide onto the grass. That opens the outside, which may turn into the inside now. They're round the outside, they're going side by side now. As Spatar versus McHugh. The grunt of McHugh's engine keeping him ahead, still breaking to Paddock Hill Bend. Spatar has to back out, but he does get a really good exit. Will he drive a dive into Druids? McHugh going defensive on the grass there, and getting all crossed up is Eddie Spatar. He's going to take a trip down to the grass. That will give McHugh here a bit of breathing room. That was quite an intense moment there. Spatar should have probably thought he had him. But it was great braking by McHugh to keep him ahead before in the braking zone of Paddock Hill Bend. A mistake on Spatar dropped him back. As McHugh goes off, McHugh also has an off moment at the Brabham straight, getting all out of sorts. He did that in qualifying once. And struck him again, but it's not enough to allow Spatar to fight back. And another mistake! Another mistake. Looks to be a lockup from McHugh, and right on cue, Spatar right up his shaft now. Right up his behind, right up his gearbox. Ready to pounce. Oh, and another wide moment. Are the tyres going on McHugh's car? Does he have the tyres?
His tyres might be going, but Eddie's... I can tell you one thing. If Eddie's can do one thing that good, that is pressuring his driver in front of him into a mistake. I hope that doesn't happen, but those two are really having at it.
Yeah, but they both made mistakes here, so it's not like it's one driver making a mistake.
Oh yeah, but in the end they're just slowing each other down as well compared to Stefano. Stefano has... Well, he has kind of clear air ahead of him. He's got Gustavo Losburo to lap now, but... in the grand scheme of things, Stefano has clear air in front of him, and the two guys behind him, they're fighting for second place. So that just helps Stefano keep his lead.
That's true. Stefano's now 5.5 seconds. He is checked out and looks to be in control of this race and on the way to win. Actually, will be a first win for Formula 5000. For him, and it looks like we will actually get a first win winner here. Pascal Makuda doesn't look like he will have the package to win here today. As we are still
I hope not jinxing
and wide! Thomas McHugh goes wide again. Man, that was Spatar to try and go down the inside, but the grunt of McHugh's engine still keeps him ahead. Don't know how. McHugh's is holding on to whatever grip he has, or lack thereof, and just winning his engine to push him forward now. Now what would be interesting to see is these cars on Avis. Just thinking about as we're talking about grunt and engines, definitely would be interesting to see how these cars handled at Avis. As McHugh goes off! McHugh goes off! And Spatar straight now into second. That was a wide moment.
Now Eddie is let loose. Stefano should really watch his mirrors now. We know Eddie's is a very fast driver, but let's see if he can keep his cool. You know, red mist can really take you down.
True, as Eddie Spatar is a great driver in GT cars. And actually, Gustavo Losburo does have damage.
Does he also have a front wing missing?
He has no front end. That could be why he's slow here. As always, and it's drifting Paddock Hill Bend. Have to give 10 out of 10 for the style, but that was a brilliant drift by fucking Thomas McHugh there. As TV director just saying oh, Thomas McHugh wide again. I think he's losing grip. By those tyres, they're pretty much gone. He's probably on the phone to Bono saying, my tyres are done, are finished. But he's still staying out. He's still staying out here. As the TV director says, the spoiler has been without front end for quite some time now. Not sure why he's staying out, not getting it pit as McHugh goes wide again. Lock up for Batab. That's not going to mean much in the grand scheme of things. No, let's see. McHugh must be looking to make a pit stop here. Here comes Pascal McCullough on Gustavo Spo. Spo counting damage here. There's almost contact. As Pascal McCullough pushing Spo and slight contact there again. The Spo not making it easy for Pascal McCullough's pass and even more contact. Pascal McCullough having to slam on the brakes there. And a side from the Spo. And even more aggressive blocking there from Gustavo Spo. There's almost more contact. It is absolutely dangerous from Gustavo Spo. Very hard to let Pascal McCullough not pass.
He's defending quite well there, but sadly, that Rover engine of his has 100 horsepower less than the Chevy in my back.
And it wasn't easy, that's for sure.
Oh no, it wasn't, but it was fun while it lasted.
Yeah. That's clear in time your engine if he wants to fully compete up with the guys in front. And I think that looked to be a little slide or lock up there from Pascal McCullough, but it doesn't matter. Gustavo Spo is now falling behind rapidly. As Ace Petard, just look how quickly he's closing on Stefano Coletta.
1.7 seconds. What did I tell you there? He has to look in his mirrors. Anyone want to put
the lead back on? I'm putting bets on contact. This could be quite aggressive here on lap 42 here out of 60. There's 20 to go. Oh, sorry, 18 to go. There's under 20 to go, but there's 18 laps to go here. And what is a actually pretty exciting Formula 5000 race here. And if you want into the action, you should join CMH itself and pick one of these cars. There are...
And the Discord invite link will be in the description.
There's like, I think, 42 cars left to choose from. Grids like this could be much bigger and you can be a part of this amazing action yourself. Join now. Click the link in the description today.
That was beautiful.
I know. As we are now looking back onto this... On this battle for the lead, Eddie Spatov. Now, a second gap. Thomas McHugh still dropping like a fly behind. As we are going to take you on board for a lap or two with Eddie Spatar. Silence on the commentary as we do it. See if we can get past Stefano Coletta.
And Matt Sabagnoni just ran through the pit lane for some reason. I think he just did a drive-through without having to, but hey. As long as he gets through it without killing anyone, I'm not gonna say anything about it. How's my...
And we are back live again from Brampton's Hatch for round 4 of the Formula 5000 Championship, watching this battle for the lead. Eddie Spatar versus Stefano Coletta now, with a lap traffic on Matt Simeone in front. Could Matt potentially throw a curveball here, as Coletta looking to get past and still not being able to find a way? Matt should surely have to let him go. It's actually almost blocking him, as Spatar is now going to run down through the inside here, and there's contact. They do touch. Wheel to wheel stuff, and Eddie Spatar still through on the inside, and Eddie Spatar takes the lead here and manages to get past Matt Simeone at the same time. Coletta now diving down the inside, and Simeone also getting past.
Incredible.
Past now. But there was contact between the top two. Coming into Paddock Hill Bend, they almost got sent spinning round. That would have been quite the controversy and the discussion in the chat after the race. As Eddie Spatar now can look to kind of check out. Got a comfortable 10-second gap to Thomas McHugh in third behind. As long as Thomas McHugh came to the steady, he is going to be on the podium. And as long as Eddie Spatar can keep it steady, he is on track to win this race. He is pulling away 1.1 seconds now of the gap. Could we have it? We are having a first-time winner. We already established that early on. But who will it be, Coletta or Spatar? I think it is Spatar. Well, that now 40. I think that's 49 now. 60, so almost 10 to go. For the last moments of the race, we are about to start. And it looks like Spatar is going to check out here. Take his first win. Formula 5000 here at Brands Hatch. Pascal Mikula won't get to do the double and win both Brands Hatch races. Due to no fault of his own, really. Just getting wiped clean off by Matt Simeone in an incident that is sure to be reviewed post-race. And there's still a lot of lap traffic to go through now. This is going to be German Correa and I think Lusburg again as... Oh, where did Spatar go? He's gone wide. And he's lost the lead again. Eddie Spatar's lost the lead. We're going to have to take a replay to see what happened there, but Lusburg has lost the lead. This looks normal, but oh, he just goes onto the grass. Does he hear anything? Oh no, he phases through a shed. So I think we just lost Jimmy Broadbent today. His shed has been killed. Well, that is what's caused Eddie Spatar to lose the lead, and the fight is on with almost 10 to go now. Just as I said, Eddie Spatar was checking out as there's contact! Coletta makes contact with a lapped car and that allows Spatar to sneak right up on him. German Correa and Stefano Coletta make contact. It's now side by side as Spatar takes the lead. And now Brown breaking into Paddock Hill Bend. Eddie Spatar cuts the corner. That is a track cut. I am not happy with that. Is he going to get a penalty or something after that? Because that quite clearly was disgustingly was a disgusting track cut. And he has actually let Stefano Leclerc back through, I believe, after realizing how awful that cut was.
Yeah, at least he let him back through, huh?
And still, with 9 to go, almost coming to the 8 to go here, the battle for the lead. Is back on.
And would you believe it, the race has only been running for 43 minutes. That's the longest 43 minutes of my life.
And there's still 8 laps to go here. Almost 7 to go now. If my lap counter is not deceiving me.
Now we're currently in lap 53.
Yep, and it is still Coletta versus Batar. Coletta back out in front now. After 2 Eddie's Batar mistakes and 1 disgusting track cut. And Coletta's wide! Coletta's wide and Eddie's Batar takes the lead again. Mistakes are happening thick and fast here. And I believe this is Eddie's Batar done. And he is checking out of the field now. I think Eddie's Batar has just won this race, given that mistake for Coletta. As there is a lockup for Batar, but it's not really going to do much there. The gap is close. Coletta, will he actually have a look with 6 to go now? 6 to go. Oh, and they made contact! Eddie's Batar, Stefano Coletta have made contact! And Coletta is back through into the lead of the race.
Now, guys, come on. Spell it out and keep it clean.
What happened is Eddie's Batar just goes straight into Coletta.
Oh, that's not the fine way of doing things, I can tell you that.
Eddie's Batar, after having the lead, goes straight into the side of Coletta, and he is going to have to work his way back through again. At 5 to go now. It's 5 to go, and the battle lead is
look at
still not settled.
look at the battle between Gustavo Losburger and Matt Pagnoni as well. They are fighting for position. 5 laps down, and for P7 and P8, they are still fighting. And they're side by side into paddock hill, and Matt is on the grass. But whoa!
Oh boy!
Premium onboard view from the camera of a Lola T192. I can tell you that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I think we're gonna just this is gonna be interesting. Will Simeone murder yet another innocent victim? Will he get the pass done cleanly? Knowing Matt, he'll probably go for a murder, and almost does go for a murder. There was contact there. Still more contact as the Spur now pulls away front of the engine, helping him massively there. As I know there is contact. And Matt's in the wall. And Matt's into the wall. Is he going to get back on track? Or is he stopped for good? He stopped. He stopped for good. He's stuck.
No, he's stopped.
He's stuck. And Matt Simeone is
out of the
race. What happened there is, the Spur just moved into Simeone's line, cutting him off, and there was contact.
Oh, that's something that will have to be investigated after the race. Oh.
Yep.
Although that was kind of called for. I mean, not called for, but predictable.
Yeah, that was predictable. But let's just go back to the battle for the lead with now 3 to go. 3 to go this time by Eddie Spitar and Stefano Coletta. And Stefano Coletta's just kind of checked out here. And Batar almost around.
Oh, what's that? The gap is closing.
But the gap is closing. Batar almost went round there. Coming to 2 to go. This is going to be quite intense here. Stefano Coletta just holding on to the lead here. 2 to go. And down into a paddock hill bend. Eddie's Batar with a disgusting track cut. And gets loose, pays the price for trying to be brutal with the track limits. Down through Druids and now Graham Hill Bend. On to the Cooper Straight now for penultimate time. And coming now through. Fuck, I've lost my corner names. Come through Clark curve now back onto the Bramman Straight for penultimate time as we get now
final lap.
White flag into the air. Final lap. Stefano Coletta from Eddie Spitar. This isn't over yet. Can Eddie Spitar try something? 9/10 the gap as they cross the line, coming down to Druids Bend. We're gonna have to stay on board with this battle. I'm sorry if you've had enough of the battles as Coletta goes slightly wide but gets a good exit now. Coming down into Graham Hill Bend, it's still Coletta with a healthy lead. Taking the exit quite nicely there. Eddie Spitar kind of dropping back slightly.
He has only one chance left, and that's right there. He's going in there now.
Into 13s and McLaren now through clearways. But I don't think he's going to have enough. Through Clark Curve now for the final time. Stefano Coletta. Eddie Spitar doesn't have enough. And Stefano Coletta is going to come across the line to win here at Brands Hatch. Under a thrilling lead battle that saw contact and hard racing.
Almost McHugh finishes third. Right now. Cross the line.
McHugh first. German Koev fourth. Marcel Jahod is going to finish fifth. Pascal Makula sixth. Gustavo Esparra up. Remaining finisher in P7. That he's going to have to be investigated there due to the DNF between Matt Simeone. Sorry, due to the incident that caused the DNF of Matt Simeone. And our former time spare are Matt Simeone, Owen Potter, Lucas Gomez, and Steve Velocity, who we lost quite early on.
Oh, what a race.
That was, yeah, it was looking up to be, I think, Pascal Makula's race, but mistakes are just, one mistake and getting killed ruins it for him. And he couldn't get back up after a lot of repairs. I think we're going to actually need to make a highlights reel for this race. And congrats to our top three. Stefano Coletta, Eddie Spitar, and Thomas McHugh. Oh, and my oh my, one race. My oh my.
Whew. That was exciting to say the least.
Oh, to say the least, just to put it quite.
I think I need to take a shower. I'm completely drained and sweat.
How nice. How thrilling. As Marcel Jahota still blasting around the track. I don't think he quite knows that the race is over.
I think he's just doing his cool down lap. He wants to go through the pits, into the pits properly, you know, all
he's been out of the track for quite a while. And now into the pits he goes.
Pits he goes, and here comes Marcel Jahota. And
what a race.
Brands Hatch race is over. Holy crap.
Oh, I think it was over. Oh my wow.
Jessica, your views on that one? That was quite
What I mean, battles all around. An absolute cracking job by everyone here.
Oh, it was. If only I had not hit. If only I hadn't gone wide in Paddock Hill at one time and lost my front wing.
Yeah,
That
then
really,
you wouldn't
really
have
cost
been
me.
killed by Matt Simeone. Or
Don't
at least it
mention.
may have happened much later in the race, but Matt Simeone getting killed by Gustavo Burrow.
I
That's
don't know.
gonna get.
We need to look at the replay. But hey, guys and girls, this was with only 11 people on track. We got 42 cars in total. So you know what I'm gonna say. Anyway, race is over. Congratulations to who won again? Stefano Coletta won. Congratulations to Stefano Coletta for winning that one. Well done, well deserved. Eddie's Bottas is currently second, but we'll have to look at that. What was the gap to Thomas? What's the gap?
About 10 seconds.
Yeah, okay. Well, he's gonna need that because I got word from the stewards that because Eddie's didn't go through the pits on his Raycon laps, not once. Even though the drivers were told to go through the pits in case that there were, cars on the grid.
I'm gonna work hard on the grid when he did it.
There were. I was one of the cars on the grid, and I thought he was gonna run my right rear wheel off.
That's going to involve an investigation, and I think we're gonna have to conduct that swiftly and see if we can
the
get.
word is that such infractions are usually a 10-second penalty.
Oh.
So cross your fingers for Eddie's. I'm not promising anything. We'll have to look at that tomorrow after everyone has cooled down.
But I do have a link to the stream, and I can get the gap.
You don't need to. You don't need to. You don't need to. That's fine.
If that is to be a 10-second penalty, though.
If he loses the second place because of that, that's going to be a big bummer. But
let's see if we can get.
The thing is, he lost. He had to go through the pit lane.
Let's see if we can get any interviews.
None so far. I notified the drivers that the interview channel is open. None have joined. I'm pretty sure that there are going to be some people who aren't in the best mood right now.
Eddie's car major survive here.
Oh, well, we'll look at the replay. Anyway, Brands Hatch, that was the second of 3 races this year we do at Brands Hatch Indy Formula 5000. The last Brands Hatch race will, as you can imagine, be the final. So, as we head into the next few races. So, to everyone watching, next week, 18th of April, we have the first race outside of the UK for the European brands F5000 Championship.
Ooh.
Imagine that. It's a European Championship and we're outside the UK. It's the Dunen Trophy in Sandford, Old Sandford, the dusty dune track, and we're gonna race F5000. Oh yeah. On the 25th of April, we go back to the UK because why not? For 30 laps at Silverstone for the Van Wall Trophy. And after that, on the second, actually, there's going to be a 1-week gap between that and the next F5000 race because CMH goes NASCAR racing. 2nd of May, the 1969 Motor State 500. So if you want to do some oval racing, come join CMH now and sign up. You got 38 cars, 38 equal chances to win. Doesn't mean the cars are equal, but they are definitely very, very close. 500 miles at Michigan International Speedway. Join CMH now to sign up for some oval racing with a big 7-liter V8 motor. V8 motor. And after that, on the 9th of May, we head to Ireland, to the Republic of Ireland, to Mondello Park for the Dublin Trophy.
Oh,
how does that sound? We're outside the UK.
Quite Irish.
Oh, we do have someone in our green room actually for an interview. It's German Koroev. Let's pull him in here. Well, hello, Mr. Koroev. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, but my
How's your race? How was your race, buddy?
race is boring for me because I was racing alone and just no fighting, just fourth place without fighting. It's sad.
Okay, yeah, I
I
understand, but you got what did where did you finish? Fourth, right? Yeah, you finished fourth, I think. So
yes, it's not bad. It's
no,
really
that's
good,
okay.
but
Yeah,
I should have finished in first place because your was ahead of me, and but on the 10th lap, I think you have spinned or
yeah.
something.
I went off. That was a mistake on my end. Yes.
That was sad, and it's fourth place because of its mistake. So I should
Yeah,
finish fifth place.
but the thing is, just to it's just I know what you mean, but in my opinion, at least, you deserve that fourth place because you didn't make mistakes. I made a mistake. You didn't. So well done to you.
Thanks.
Next week we head to Sandford. So are you looking forward to that? Windy Sandford. That's gonna be quite fun, isn't it?
Oh, Zandvoort, it is a quite difficult track, so gonna practice a lot, I think, to do this Zandvoort race well.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of practice and a lot
And
of
hopefully,
practice, and hopefully no crashes.
exactly.
It'll be
Anyway,
Sorry
interesting to see with the
for my
nature of Zandvoort.
say again.
It'll be interesting to see with the nature of Zandvoort if there will actually be any incidents or not.
I think we'll have a lot of slipstreaming down the front straight. So turn one is gonna be a hot oven.
yeah
I hope everyone gets their breaking point right.
yeah, I hope to. And sorry for my really bad English.
Hey,
No, it's
it's
fine.
actually pretty good, pretty good.
Oh yeah, fine.
So anyway, thank you very much, German Koroev, uh, our Russian driver in F5000. Thank you very much for giving us your opinion on the race. I think it's now just after just after
Seven,
6 p.m.
6. It's
6 p.m.
almost half past 6.
Almost 6:30. I think we delivered quite a good show. As I said, you want to do F5000? Come to CMH. We have open arms for you, and up to I think how many cars do we still have? Over 30. So you got plenty of
30 cars, I'd say. 30
yeah,
cars
30
left.
cars. So you got plenty of choice to take from. Anyway, on that bombshell, Jessica, you want to sign off tonight, or should I do that?
As we'll see you. We're going to see you next week for Zandvoort, which is at a slightly later time, I do believe, due to the F1.
Is F1 next week?
Yeah, F1 is next week. Yeah,
Then it'll be at a slightly later time.
Yep, and we hope to see you all then, and hopefully see some of you guys on the grid. Thanks for tuning in, and we will see you next time. Goodbye.
Yeah, good luck.
So long from Brands Hatch.